GM Construct 13 Beta. What is it? Now, I need to give you a history lesson. It's really important, I promise. GM Construct is one of the default maps for Garry's Mod. It went through several changes over the years. I'm going to blow through them to keep your attention span. Version 1, white. Version 2, Version 3, textures. Version 4, garage and more space. Version 5, skybox, pool, and catwalk. Version 6, the pool is now a pond. More catwalk in the darkroom. Version 7, buildings in the skybox and more rooms. One room is white and the other room is black. Version 8, grass. Oh, and the chapter room is also removed. What are you talking about? There is no room. Version 9, iconic buildings. Danger! Administered to authorized personnel only. All of the buttons were removed since the spawn menu was born. There are no buttons, and there never will be. Version 10, dock! What happened to the ground in the skybox? And we have a room full of colored lights for some reason. There is no version 11. Version 12. Oh god, me eyes! Ah! This room is now colorable. Secret. Version 13. Finally, we have a mirror. And oh my god, the buildings are now enterable. And a secret. Now Bill, what does this have to do with GM Construct 13 Beta? Well, GM Construct 13 Beta is basically a bunch of mini versions of GM Construct in between Garry's Mod versions 12 and 13. Construct 13 was going to be based on the requests from people of the internet, and a good chunk of that requested stuff got removed. One of the requests was make an area to build submarines. Who the frick built? There was also going to be a mine shaft so players could run from one side of the map to the other, which ended up doing the opposite as it took longer to get from one side to the other. Fun fact! Did you know that Gary Newman, the creator of all the other GM constructs, barely did anything with GM Construct version 13? It was mostly done by someone who goes by High Voltage. And that was mostly the history of GM Construct. That is totally important to understand GM Construct 13 Beta. Now Bill, what is GM Construct 13 Beta? God, it has been over 3 minutes and 18 seconds. And you haven't answered my question! Oh, my headphones now! Worth it. Now GM Construct 13 Beta, this one, not the old one, this one, was released by Zalalo and Zarzo, a mishmash of all the mini versions of the official GM Construct 13 Beta maps into one. Now that's cool and all, but why is the video so long? Well, apparently, the map is haunted. Yep. Now what makes the map haunted? No idea. Zalalo was making the map and Zarzo thought it would be funny to stuff a ghost in it.
You may need to now F-Live 2 episode 1 to get some sounds to work.
Now the real reason is probably the developers thought GM Construct, the real version of GM Construct, looked liminal, and decided to make a haunted version of it using remnants of the various versions of GM Construct 13 as a way to invoke bittersweet nostalgia to those who played the mini versions of GM Construct 13 Beta. Oh, it could be way off, and more than likely the developers wanted to make the map haunted just to be funny. And you're probably thinking, ooh, can us be the eerie, full-on atmosphere of a place that's usually bustling with people and is now abandoned and quiet? No. No. This map is not gonna speak for the reasons I will get into later. Cannot speak. I'm in a word. GM Construct 13 Beta has 3 buildings, A, B, and C. Building A has a small space inside of it with a hall
Let will go back to the entrance. Let will go back to the entrance.
leading to a garage. I'm gonna call it a garage since I don't know what else to call it. It has a tunnel to the mine shaft.
The mine shaft will loop in on itself. Go in circles and get out.
On the side of Building A, it has pipes so zombies from the Half-Life series can climb it. Ooh, spooky. And finally, there's another room at the top of the building, and this is the only building where you need to use no-clip to get there. Building B has another garage. Inside of Building B, it has ladders, A, to go all the way up to the roof. There's a hole in the roof that jumps
The side of the building.
so it won't take forever going down. It will cost you some health if you don't have God mode on. There's also this vent that's breakable for some reason. Future stuff, maybe? Now, you may have noticed this lambda symbol. In Half-Life 2 and its episodes, this signifies that there's a secret supply cache nearby. Most of them are painfully obvious. Now, this secret, however, is properly hidden, since you'll need to actually break down a piece of wall that reveals the ventilation shaft big enough for a human to crawl through.
God damn, that freaking vent is so bloody, Jesus!
There are 2 ways where this vent leads. One way leads to the dark room, while the other way leads to a crawl space containing graffiti. Sometimes you'll get dancing shadow people. Sometimes you'll get dolls sitting on chairs. Sometimes the graffiti is a clue on how to solve one of the many mysteries of this map. Sometimes it's cat. Mostly you won't get anything at all. Now, the garage to Building B will contain an entrance to the mirror room, an entrance to the dark room. The dark room was designed... As I was saying, the dark room was designed to test out lighting tools. Sometimes barnacles from the Half-Life series show up for unsuspecting people. Why did they show up? I don't know. Now, for some ghostly reason, the lights don't work, completely defeating the purpose of the dark room. Like, come on, you can't even use night vision goggles. Like, what? Now, if you put stuff in the darkness, strange things will happen. If there are NPCs in there, they will disappear one at a time. Sometimes they'll just fade out of existence. Sometimes they will spin before disappearing. Sometimes they will spontaneously combust. Sometimes they will turn into a stalker from Half-Life 2 and shoot everything that moves before disappearing. Sometimes they'll just shoot upwards. Actually, this is kind of fun. Now you're probably thinking, Bill, how did you get Matt Fulbright to work? I tried using that in the dark room and I couldn't do it. Here's a little trick I learned that will probably get patched later. I placed a camera in the dark room, went out of the dark room, and turned on Matt Fulbright. Ta-da! If any player is in the dark room, Matt Fulbright will turn itself off. Now just to let you know, vehicles won't work in the dark room. It won't even work near the dark room. Speaking of putting stuff near the dark room, you can't place props anywhere near the dark room. Why? Because this happened. The dark room will even force your fizz gun to stop working to stop you from blocking the room off. Like, seriously? Putting stuff in the dark room works just fine, but putting stuff near the dark room, no. Like, well, at least if you're playing Minecraft, you can block it off just fine. For now. Dun dun dun. Fun fact. Did you know that walking into the corners of the dark room will teleport you? But also, second fun fact. If you try cleaning up the map with a bunch of props still in the dark room, they will stay there. Yep. Now if you're wondering why a second floor appears when you clean up the map, don't worry about it. It means you've done something right. Probably. Now Bill, if the lights don't work, then what the frick is this? And who the frick is that? Well, apparently, the ghosts want to show you a chair and Father Grigori from Half-Life 2. Why? Now, if you want to stop the chair from appearing, throw something explosive around it and it will go away. However, a bunch of stalkers from Half-Life 2 will show up. Ooh, after a few moments, they will spontaneously catch fire. All of them will die, leaving only one. Unnecessarily dramatic much. This is Ratman. Now if you're a fan of the Valve Corporation, oh my god, it's Ratman from Portal 2 Comics! Nope, that would be the stalker from Jima 13 Hotels. And that map is a stalker that goes by the name of Ratman, who lived there since he was a prisoner. Okay. Back to GM Construct 13 Beta, you follow the Ratman, and he will lead you to the submarine room. If you can't catch up to him, he will leave you a trail of glowing strawberry jam for you. I'd call it blood, but blood doesn't glow. To go to the submarine room with Ratman, furniture will spontaneously appear. Is it the same furniture from GM 13 Hotels? No idea. Ooh. Now, if you decide to be a butt, if you wreck Ratman's stuff, he will understandably get upset at you and try and kill you. However, if you tap him even once while he's in laser beam mode, he will slowly fade out of existence. If you want to end his life quicker, grab a barnacle from Half-Life 2 and place it right above him. Jesus Christ. Talk about mutual destruction. Oy. I did not plan this. And the Hydra must really not like barnacles. Now let's take a detour from this room and check out the rest of Building B. Adjacent from the dark room is the path to the
Mirror room and the color room.
The color room and the mirror room. The color room is pure white. Until you color it, of course. My one complaint for this room is the doors. They close when you enter them, so you won't have any distracting elements. Wait, how do I get out? And that is why I don't like the color room that much. As I was writing the script, I found a discussion board that says the color room has a secret. Now I don't know if the devs are trolling us or not. The last time I checked, nothing is here. The doors have different textures, but they were there in the original GM Construct 13 beta. So, now it is entirely possible that the devs purposefully left out some highlights, so players can still be spooked despite knowing how console commands work. If they genuinely forgot to put in the highlights, what have I done? The devs are going to watch this and think, ooh, intentionally leaving out debug options to scare people? What a wonderful idea! And it's going to be my fault for metaphorically planting the seeds of doom. The mirror room. It's a room with a very large mirror in it. You can check yourself out. See how chunky the world model is for the cult python.
You can shoot people through it. You can walk through it to enter the
mirror world. Entering the mirror world will basically flip your view horizontally. Why? Because, ooh, spooky graffiti! So yeah, apparently other people went into the mirror world and sprayed X's all over the place. Nothing is in here. Fun fact, did you know that this room is supposed to be invisible when the wall isn't broken? It doesn't do a very good job. Going outside of the mirror world by walking back into the mirror, or by dying, you will find globes that will shimmer in and out of existence in place of the X's. If you hit them, they will turn into baby dolls. What do we do with them? Let's check out the vent graffiti, or what many people call the Oracle. It looks like we need to grab 5 Half-Life 2 dolls, 1 Skull, and 1 Gary's Mod doll. Put them all in the submarine room, and you'll get Father Grigori from Half-Life 2. Except he's covered in darkness, and he will try and kill you. Killing him will reward you with a package. What do we do with the package? We find this woman.
Thank God someone had the courage to do that.
Traffic cone, and bring the package to it. What is this traffic cone? This is the curse detector. The curse detector detects curses, but it will not tell you what the curse is, nor will it detect some curses. It will, however, lead you to hidden objects, such as more globes. Ooh! If you need help finding babies, this is your man. Don't find babies. That was a joke. No. Now what the packages do, they will upgrade your curse detector. The first upgrade will heal you if your health is under 100. You could even heal NPCs. Ooh. The second upgrade will give you energy. Neat. Now to get the second upgrade, you will need to repeat the submarine ritual. Five more babies, and Skull, doll, and Kablooey. Wait, that was a joke! Jump! Ah! Yeah, the second Father Grigori fight is really difficult. Fun fact, this guy is called Not Grigori. Even though he clearly uses the same model as Father Grigori from Half-Life 2. Now Bill, how do I turn this lady into a traffic cone? Well, that's simple. All you gotta do is stop her from running all the way up to the top of Building C and have an invisible force called the Hydra boot her off from the building. Why does it do that? I don't know. Apparently it hates everybody, so just don't be on top of Building C. Now before I forget, there can only be one curse detector. If you use a duplicator tool on it, you can only spawn one, and any extras are imposters. In all seriousness, you can only have one instance of the curse detector per map. You may glitch another one into existence, but bugs. They're everywhere. Now, I am going to address the lab coat elephant in the room. These guys are minge bags. Like in the olden days of Gmod, usernames weren't tied to Steam's username database, so the default username was mingebag. So, yep. Google. Gary, you naughty boy. Now, fun fact about Gary's mod version 9. The player model would be randomized every time you restart the map. Oh, this guy doesn't have any animations. Does that mean Dr. Clanet? Nope, he has animations. I don't know why the minge bags don't have animation, but Dr. Kleiner does have animations. I don't know what the frick is going on. Tell me what's going on in the comments below. Now, the minge bags in GM Construct 13 Beta are in fact real players. You will be able to tell those there if your Physgun beams start spewing out missing textures. You can also use the curse detector to let you know of their arrival. If you get close to them, some invisible force will start punching you. It will also start punching them too. You can't see each other being punched because the force is invisible. If the minge bags shoot blue beams, it means they're trying to communicate. Or drawing up. If they shoot orange beams, then they are attacking. If this happens, it doesn't matter how close you are. If the orange beam hits you, the invisible force will punch you. Let's ask the Oracle on how to stop this madness. It looks like we need to take the curse detector to the other side of the dark room. Behold, one of the bases of the Anomalous Research Center, or ARC. Now this group will look for spooky things found in Gary's mod media. These guys have made YouTube videos, add-ons, and other stuff. And I have no idea if they're canon to GM Construct 13 Beta. They're canon for ARC, but are they GM Construct 13 Beta stuff? I don't know. It's all up in the air. I am in dire need of an air cleaner. While we're here, let's explore, shall we? Now, if we put something on this red circle, it will catch fire. If we put something on this yellow square, it will remove the gravity of objects temporarily. It will not remove the gravity of players. Trust me, I tried. And here we have a reference to Kane Pixel's The Backrooms. Ooh, hey, this valve actually does something. Does it do something? Nothing immediate happened. And on the upper level, we can find spooky images and spooky videos and spooky solutions to spooky problems. Haha! So we need to make a circle with 5 dolls, put a skull in the center of it, and hover a rainbow ball over it. And now the minge bags won't show up. I wonder how the frick people figure this out. Now what you used to be able to do, you can still do it. You can grab the skull baby circle thing and put it to the left of the entrance near the dark room. And boom! Minges have been sealed, apparently. Blah. And here we have another fun fact. Did you know that if someone's in the ARC base and another person activates the big darkroom event, the person in the ARC base will be forcibly ejected from the area and be stuck in the ground. Why? Because guess what? The ARC base is in the big darkroom. Why? Now let's check out Building C, shall we? Building C has a spiraling staircase that will lead to the credits room. Well, where are the credits, you say? Well, if you push this button... And here we have the credits. Now here's something cool. If you shine your flashlight on the back of this board, you'll get more credits. Neat. This also happens on some other maps made by Zalalo. Now let's head back to the submarine room and check out the Ratman's radio. If we interact with it, it will play noises. Right up until the radio song from the game Portal starts playing. If you move the radio while the song is playing over to a rather dark spot on this wall that was totally there this whole time, you get a distorted song from Half-Life 2. Those numbers are a reference to a web series belonging to classic GM videos. If we type in those numbers, they will get sent to the dark room with Father Grigori, who isn't covered in darkness. This monk is covered in emotional darkness. Also, yes, won by a bunch of fast zombies from Half-Life 2. Killing the zombies will put the monk's soul to rest before telling you, Bira! If you notice the multiplayer, the fast zombies will act strange by targeting other players, and not the one who typed in the code. Now, if you actually type set pause 2796164620, it will send you to the hallway leading to the submarine room. Now there's a second black spot in the mine shaft. To find it, you will need to go to the other end of the mirror room. Black spots are kinda hard to miss. This one will play the song from Portal 2. Now there is a third place where we can put this radio. Let's bring this to the Oracle and see what it will tell us. I must bring this to Building C. Hey, bring this all the way up to Building C and... And now we can summon minge bags and disconnect them whenever we want. Yay! Also, there's this fourth place where you can bring the radio to the dark room and then it will play gunfire. Yep. And that's the end of the radio. Goodbye. Now, just because people in lab codes will stop appearing, that doesn't mean other stuff will stop appearing. For example, we have a shadow person who is totally not Dr. Kleiner from Half-Life 2. Ooh. Should've used the cheaper model. Now if you get close to him or shoot him, he will disappear. But if you make physical contact with him, hey, wait a minute. Why is the chair still there? Ah! You must use the Gmod doll found in the secret room and place it on the chair. Oh yeah, that chair wants the doll. Oh boy. Welcome to the big dark room. You are trapped here. You can't even no-clip or use console to get out. You will need to blast the spinning chair with an explosive. I am now free. Excuse me. I am now free. Are we done? Thank you. Now, who was that guy? Who was that statue of somebody? That is the player model for Half-Life 2. Well, why does it look like that? Why does Gordon Freeman look like that? Well, Valve gave up on the player model for Gordon Freeman because nobody was going to look at him. The whole game takes place in first person, so they just reused the Half-Life 1 Gordon and just... Now if you put the curse detector on top of this guy's head, it will take it with him the next time he teleports.
Oh, there.
Now if you wait for a bit, Gordon will come back and the curse detector will be in party mode! Now, I should warn you, if you hop onto another map to get away from the craziness, too bad, he will follow you. You will need to uninstall the add-on properly to get rid of him. Now, he's not the only Gordon lookalike. Here we have Info Player Start. Now, this guy is a representation of the player's spawn point. Normally, this guy is only visible in the map editor called Hammer. If you touch him, either nothing will happen, or you will die. More than likely, nothing will happen. Now, for some reason, if you play this map for an extended amount of time, a zombie with a bunch of cubes floating above his head will appear. A heartbeat will let you know of his presence. Ooh, what is this reference to? No idea. And that was as much as I could find in GM Construct 13 Beta without using debug mode. If I turn on debug mode, the next time I enter the map, a filing cabinet will appear. This is basically... This is basically a server connector for minge bags, kinda like the upgraded radio except it doesn't play the music. Now if I use GM13 events render all, it will show all, as far as I know, of the events of this map has to offer. There appears to be nothing in the color room, as I said earlier in the video in the skybox. And now for the stuff that may or may not be a part of the map. Now do be aware this video was made on February 28, 2004. So that means this video may have a few things that may not be in the map in the future. For instance, if I turn on depth of view, some objects will disappear. I'm pretty sure this will be fixed in the next update. Speaking of update, we have GM Kitchen Remastered. Was it out there GM Construct 18 Beta? Oh, apparently it was made by the same guy who made GM Construct 18 Beta. And there are a few secret messages that can only be seen by a flashlight. Now if you're wondering why there isn't a link to the map in the description, it's because the map is hidden. Ooh, I had managed to download this before Soule unlisted it, so I had to get as much footage as I possibly could. Now just be aware, this version lagged when I looked in the general direction of the generator shed. Now here we have GM Supermarket and RP Hometown 2000. What spooky secrets do these two maps hold? Nothing. Apparently props are supposed to fly in random directions after a period of time, but I sat around over an hour and nothing. Speaking of things not showing up, menu bags. Bill, you sealed them up. They won't show up. But I intentionally unsealed them. So now they should show up. But they only show up in GM Construct 13 Beta. Now Gary's might have a few security updates, so props flying around may not work. Oops. One time I got a scientist from Half-Life 1 to run from the color room all the way up to Building B. Not that interesting considering all the stuff I just went through, but noteworthy nonetheless. And that was as much as I could possibly find in GM Construct 18 Beta. I am one guy, and it took me a second person to help me find all that stuff. Duh! This CRG has so many layers that not even I am sure I got everything. Now, I'm led to believe that this map is gonna get an update soon. I don't know how big it is. Could just be a security update since Gmod update cough. Or it could just be an update that will make the map the most popular Gmod map of all time. But that's just speculation. Now thank you all so much for watching. Like Mad Grigori if you like Mad Grigori. If you like it, I'll see you next video. Very well, my people. Bill, who the frick is Mad Grigori? Magical Oracle, what did I miss? I found all of the dark spots.